Like, seriously, that is, to me, that's scary because I want to live my life to the fullest. And I know that our listeners probably want to do the exact same thing. This is baseline.
Welcome to Elevated Life, Real Wellness and Transformation Podcast, where we walk alongside the internally driven individual as they transform their life through wellness, movement, mindset, and personal responsibility. If that's you, you're in the right place. Let's jump in.
You know, it's so funny getting ready for podcasts with Clint because it's like this cluster of check your mic, holy F, what's this, what's that? So a little behind the scenes. I'm calling you out right here on the podcast. It's hilarious. And then, okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, I'm Mr. Mellow.
Well, this one had me in a real panic because
you couldn't do one of them?
Well, no, because the little countdown on my computer started at 5. And for some reason, the countdown on my phone, which is what we use to get the video, started at...
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Can you make sure the top of your head is in the middle of the screen?
Oh, sure.
That'll help with clips. Anyway, the countdown on my phone started at 6.
Oh, we've never seen a 6.
No, that's why it threw me off. It was bedlam here for 3 counts.
Shut it down.
Yeah,
like we're going to start over. I saw a wrong number.
I almost
did. This can't be
did.
right. Oh, that's funny. Well, welcome in, everyone. I just kicked my phone, so YouTube just went, whoa, whoa,
nice.
Whoa. What are we talking about today? I am really excited about this, so I'm going to let you talk about it.
Oh, all right, perfect. This is actually something that's near and dear to our hearts in a few different levels, I would say. So I'll just jump into it and then, we can talk about why. But we're doing a list because lists are fun and they're easy to comprehend.
This is a super appropriate list, I feel.
So we're talking about the 10 things that every healthy 50-year-old should actually be able to do. So near and dear because, we're approaching that age.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that we work with or just exist with in life are that age or older.
Older, yeah.
And, it really, like we were just talking about right before the podcast, if you're hearing stuff and you're well below 50, you're like, holy shit, I don't know if I can do that. You can use this as kind of just like a quick little, all right, it's time to start working on some mobility or, that kind of stuff. So
what's the name of that test that kids took in school?
That was amazing unless you didn't do good on it. The presidential physical fitness test.
Is that the one where you had to climb the rope all the way up? Or was that added in later just to fuck with people's self-esteem?
Yeah, I think that was separate, but that for sure. But it definitely was like push-ups and sit-ups and those kinds of things that were just, it wasn't really, for those of you who didn't participate in it, it wasn't like you didn't fail.
No.
But it was just an idea of, here's what you can do.
Yeah.
At least that's how I remember.
So that was in elementary school, right? And then they stopped it for a while. Like the 86th that test, right? I don't know the years on that.
I don't either. And I mean, we could look it up, but I know, it was just kind of in the vein of self-esteem movement and, making sure nobody feels bad or whatever.
Right.
But, and even the stuff that we're talking about here, and we talk about it all the time, nothing that we talk about is ever intended to make someone feel bad about themselves if they can't do anything. But there are legitimate concerns if if you're at a point in your life where you're listening to these things really at any point in your life and like, I don't know when the last time I was able to do that, or I sure as shit can't do it now. It's not intended to make you feel bad. It's just like, hey, it's probably time to move your body.
Yeah, start today.
In very specific ways, because there are very specific indicators that we're going to talk about that can be extrapolated out into general overall wellness.
Right.
And we're not talking about, benching 300 pounds or that kind of stuff. This is all very everyday life things that you're doing that, that you can measure and just kind of get a sense of where you are.
Yeah, it was really interesting as we were doing the research for this, and what gave me the idea is I keep seeing all of the big names in doctors that love resistance training and they're all coming out with kind of, this sort of a list.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's fantastic because it's that, what'd you call it? The presidential test?
Yeah. Presidential physical fitness test.
Yeah. For 50-year-olds.
Right.
That's the way I'm seeing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this is the test that you would take to see where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
And so as I'm reading through this and preparing, I'm like, good job, Jonna. I'm going to give myself a pat on the back because I work on these 10 things with every single one of my clients.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say confidently that my clients who have been with me for more than 6 months can absolutely pass this test.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And that makes me really happy, right, for them. So anyway, let's jump into this.
All right. You want me to
go
start
for it.
number one?
Start number one.
Number one, do push-ups.
Yeah, push-ups. So what is it for men and women?
Yeah. So the goal, and some of these have a little more rigid numbers to them, and some of them are just very general.
Sure.
Keep in mind, goals vary, all those things. But what we're talking about with a healthy 50-year-old man, you should be looking to get 15 to 25 good form, good pace.
Yep.
Is that
and
the word?
depth.
That whole, straight back, getting down to parallel to the ground, all those good things. 15 to 25 for men, women 10 to 20.
Yeah. So this is, and I want to emphasize, this is not girl push-ups, ladies. This is a real legit push-up. And so if you just kind of fell out of your chair,
Mm-hmm.
of course, as you're starting, you can start with counter push-ups. We've talked about that, and I mean, I've trained that with people doing push-ups on
literally, yeah.
Yeah, on the camera.
On the kitchen counter.
Oh, yeah, on the kitchen counter,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Or a coffee table, right? Or you can start with your knees down, but the goal for a healthy 50-year-old, go ahead, were you going to say something? Should be
Yeah, go ahead.
10 to 20 push-ups.
I was just going to clarify one more time what we're talking about with counter push-ups. You don't have to be on the kitchen counter.
Right.
What we're talking about, or wall push-ups, maybe.
Sure.
You're leaned up against the counter, or you're leaned up against the wall. So your
hands are on the wall.
Your hands are on the wall or on the counter, and
Yeah.
you're pushing down or down into the counter or down into the wall. So you're at an angle.
Yeah.
And you're going down. So it's just angled push-ups, not on the ground.
Right. And nice and slow.
Although if you
right?
want to get on the counter and do push-ups, you can do that too.
People do that. I think I've seen it on social media. I mean, what haven't you seen? So anyway, like we said, just start slow. If you're unable to do the number, man or woman, right? With regular push-ups, start with counter or wall, and then move to girl push-ups, and then move to being able to just do one full push-up, and good for you, yay, and then two. But this is something that you should be able to do.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one. Getting up and down off the floor without your hands, which when I read this, I was like, MF, I don't even know if I can do that,
Yeah.
right? So Clint and I both got on the floor and tested it out. I have a knee issue, so I can do it on one side of my body, right? I get my legs in a 90-90 position. If you are a personal training client, you know what a 90-90 is. Excuse me.
Hey, quick pause. If this episode is hitting you and you're ready for real tools, here's what we built.
Head on over to cjellevatedlife.com, pick up the Rebuilt Method for Men or
Whoa.
the Rebuilt Method for Women, just $67 each. We also created the Parasite Detox Blueprint at $37. And this is actually the exact protocol we use ourselves.
And while you're there, sign up for the newsletter. You'll get the weekly action steps and new tools we've tested ourselves. Let's get back to the episode.
And so really what we're talking about here, go ahead.
No,
that was
you
a
go
quick,
ahead.
I was just going to fill, but
Oh,
you took
you
a
didn't
quick,
want to have any downtime
you got a
with
quick
my
drink.
cough.
Yeah.
Anyway, 90-90 position and then up to the knees and then standing up. Everyone should be able to do that.
It sounds daunting.
Yeah.
When you just, and like Jonna was mentioning, it sounded daunting to us, you know, and then you do it. It again, just like everything else, you know, start slow if you can't do it, because this ends up being not just strength but balance
Totally.
and coordination,
Core strength.
Yeah, so lots of different, right, not just leg strength.
Yeah.
Lots of you got a lot of different components going on. So what you don't want to do with any of these things or anything fitness, resistance training wise, is just jump right into it and try to do it and get hurt and have setbacks and all that stuff.
Or not do it because you feel bad that you can't do it.
Right.
Because I used to not be able to do a push-up. Are you kidding me? I could barely do a wall push-up. So guess what? Been there. I know how it feels.
Yeah. So this one, you just ease your way into it. You can work on a lot of hip and ankle mobility, flexibility kind of thing. But just, you know, you can feel, even if you're using your hand to get up off the ground, just try to use your hand a little bit less. Try to get to a point where it's more there for balance and stability rather than a good push off the ground.
Or if you have to start with both your hands, work to using one hand. Right? If you're using one hand, work to using like 4 fingers or 3 fingers, then 1 finger. You can build here. And if you don't know what a 90-90 is, you know, Google it. Start working on just doing some 90-90s. And then ankle mobility. Clients, I know you're listening. This is why we do so many calf raises, and I tell you to push through your big toe, and I encourage you to work out without your shoes on because we really love that ankle mobility. So, all right.
Absolutely. All right, next thing.
Farmer carry, go for it.
Yeah, carry heavy things.
Yeah, let's talk about what a farmer carry is.
Go ahead.
It is where you carry, if you're looking on YouTube, heavy weights in each side of your body, right? Dumbbells, really, or you can carry plates. I've seen people like put their finger in the plate and carry it. That works too. In good posture. I always tell my clients to walk heel to toe, and you want to carry the heaviest weight that you can for how long? Like how long?
Really a couple 100 feet.
Yeah.
Is what you're looking at, you know, give or take. It's not exact, but
I was trying to measure how long I have my people do it in my head, and my brain doesn't work.
It's a couple 100 feet.
Okay.
The reason it's called a farmer carry, so if you're trying to get a visualization of what it is, picture carrying 5-gallon buckets of water. You know, so you've got one in each hand, and you want to walk so you're not spilling the water. So you're not swinging them all over the place. You know, you're trying to keep them as steady as you can. And you can do it with 5-gallon buckets of water too.
You can. You can do that at home, or you can start with milk jugs, right? I mean, but this is grip strength is very important, and it's what is it? How do I want to frame this? It like not all cause mortality, but grip strength predicts your what? What am I? I
think that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. It reduces all cause mortality.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically it factors in for everything else.
Yeah.
You know, obviously your grip strength isn't going to, you know, if you get shot or whatever,
right.
That's not factoring in. But everything else being equal, the grip strength is a very accurate indicator of your just overall health and longevity.
Totally. And this translates into carrying your luggage or your groceries. And we talk all the time. Clint tells the story all the time about people being able to pick up their things and put them away.
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And it's just so much carryover. So
Yeah.
anyway.
So what you're looking for as far as numbers, just to get a kind of a feel for it. When you're first starting out, beginners are like 20 to 35 pounds in each hand,
Okay.
which is still quite a bit.
Yes, it is.
I mean, that.
So someone should be able to, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I cut you off. Finish your thought, because what should a 50-year-old be able to farmer carry? That's the amount. 25 pounds in each hand.
It's kind of like these numbers are tiered, basically. Okay. So if you're not even to 20, you really need to be being proactive with working on your grip strength, working on your farmer carry. 20 to 35 pounds in each hand is like a good start.
Yay.
You're good for you, but let's try to progress up to 40 to 60 pounds.
Yeah.
That's really the sweet spot. Up over 60 pounds is, that's like awesome.
Good job.
Fantastic.
Well done, 50-year-old.
Yeah. So if you can do 40, and again, just as a reference, if you're not in the gym with dumbbells or kettlebells or something, 5-gallon bucket full of water weighs 40 pounds.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Really?
Yeah. A gallon of water is 8 pounds.
That would feel so awkward to me. I'd so much rather have dumbbells than sloshing around with water. But whatever,
But there you go. So you can, because we promote going to the gym, but there's no excuse, if you've got stuff at home, gallon jugs of milk, like you said, to start out, or whatever. But yeah, that's where you want to be, about 40 to 60 pounds in each hand.
Yeah, and none of these that we've even mentioned require a gym.
No.
Right? This is stuff you can do at home. All right, so number 4, balance on one leg for 10 plus seconds. So this is also a strong predictor of higher mortality risk after 50. It's good for the nervous system, stability, fall prevention. So we do this too, right? Yay. So take your shoes off and look straight ahead, and you should be able to balance on one foot for at the very least 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I know that with my clients, we do 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side.
And I would just say that is certainly what you should be shooting for.
I agree.
10 seconds is, it's better than 0 seconds.
Yeah.
But shoot for 30 seconds.
I totally agree. And I would build that up. And guys, you can do this while you're standing in the kitchen, waiting for the butter to melt in your pan before you toss your mushrooms and onions in there. I mean, this is just something that you can do anywhere.
And you don't need to get all crazy with it. It's literally just pick one foot up. You don't have to be trying to put your other leg over your head or anything like that. It's just standing on one leg.
But make sure you do it without your shoes on, right? Even in your bare feet, and spreading those toes out would be better.
The best. Yeah.
Yep.
And you could do it outside in the ground and get some grounding in.
What? Stacking habits.
Yeah.
So cheesy.
Maybe even box breathe and use that for the timing. Wow. It's just
wow, Clint. You're just
so much.
A whole new program is just blossoming in your brain right now.
All right. The next one, squatting to parallel. This, we talk about it all the time, watching grandkids and little kids in general, right? We're talking like 2-3-year-olds that just go down and, their butt is an inch off the ground, but they're just sitting in a squat. And it's just and nobody's teaching them. No. That's just what you do. And then you do it less and less and less. So it's so critical. And, this one, I would say you're really looking at getting your hips below your knees.
Yeah.
Getting your parallel. Yeah. And, for those of you who maybe aren't doing this as much in the gym or in your workouts, or maybe you're just getting started doing workouts or stuff, it's low.
That's super low.
It's
taken me many years to work on. You guys, if you're longtime listeners, we've talked about squat depth forever. It's taken time.
Yeah.
It takes time.
It's definitely something I would say, look in the mirror when you do it. Just see, if you're just getting started, look in the mirror and see where you're at. Don't try to, push yourself too hard and tear a muscle or, blow a joint out or whatever.
Yeah.
But just see where you are, because it's amazing how often, when you deal with new clients specifically, like, okay, try to get parallel. And they're like, yeah, I think I'm pretty parallel. And like, you're about 45 degrees.
Yeah.
You're about halfway there.
I don't know. Maybe I've had 3 clients total be able to get in to proper squat depth. However, with working on squat depth, working on ankle mobility, right? Working on our hips, those 90-90s, and body weight squats on their own. I have one client specifically who has just blown my mind because she did her own squat challenge and she's just continued to do it.
Oh.
And I've seen her squat depth improve massively. Like, it shocked me.
Yeah.
I think, like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, I was like mouth open. I'm like, oh my goodness, lady, your squat depth. So, this is something that takes time, but it can be done. But it is definitely going to require doing a lot of 90-90s. Combat stretch is really good for this. You can Google that. And calf raises, all of those things. But then also doing body weight squats slowly and holding it at the bottom. Because what I've noticed with body weight squats, people just want to freaking bounce.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, just up and down. Here we go. Like, get your feet in a good position for your body, right? There's so many people out there that are going to tell you how to squat. Do what is good for your body mechanics. Now, you can clean that shit up later, right? Like, let's just start the movement and squat all the way down as far as you can go, and then hold it, and then come back up, and maybe hold it for 1 second, right? Maybe like, what is it? Like a 3-second down and a 2-second up with maybe a 1 second hold.
Yeah.
I would do that. Yeah. To work on that, because it takes time.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's be honest, 50-year-olds, how many of us can, sit in a deep squat for a long period of time? How many of us can even get into a deep squat?
And get out of it.
Right. Without falling or blowing out a knee.
Yeah.
Right. Like, these are things that you should be able to do. And a lot of times people just avoid getting on the ground anymore. It's like, oh, I can't do this, so I'm just going to avoid doing it, or I'm going to avoid squatting. That's the worst possible thing that you can do, honestly, because it just limits your mobility. And pretty soon, well, I don't have to tell you what happens. It's all over everything. So anyway, What's the next one?
Yeah. So for those of you longtime listeners, we very much advocate for resistance training. However, there is, you have to take care of your cardiovascular system as well. So you should be able to walk several miles, talking like 3 to 5 miles without exhaustion.
Yeah.
And, we're not talking here power walking. We're not talking, any of that. This is just like, but also not a super casual stroll.
Yeah.
This is just like a normal paced walk. You should be able to do that for several miles without exhaustion.
Yeah. I mean, do we need to elaborate on that? Walking is like, a normal human movement. We sit so much. Walk. Okay.
Yeah.
Next.
Well, I didn't know if you want to talk about the VO2 max or not.
Oh, go for it. Yes, you have those.
It doesn't really matter. It's just
some people might want to know
basically what you're doing with some of these when you're getting your heart rate going and everything. VO2 max is basically just, it's a mathematical formula of how much oxygen your blood can use when you're exercising. So when it's, when you're needing the most oxygen in your blood, how much is it actually getting? Yeah. And the more you do this kind of stuff, then the higher that number is. So the more oxygen you're getting pumped through your blood, so your body can recover, can perform better and recover better.
Yay. I love that. Nice job, sir. Way to be mathematical.
Well, Didn't want to get into it because I didn't want your eyes to glaze over.
Yeah, and me to fall asleep.
The next one, which is interesting to me because it goes against a lot of what we're told. Hinging properly and picking things up safely. Mm-hmm. This is one of the biggest struggles I see with clients.
Same.
Because it's like, no, you bend at your knees, right?
Yeah.
That's how you pick things up.
They don't even understand how to hinge at the hips.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what we're talking about. Hinging at your hips.
Yeah.
And being able to pick something up off the ground, hinging at your, I'm not saying your legs will be straight.
Yeah.
But you're hinging at the hips, not just squatting down, essentially. So those are two very different movements. Or like a squat
hinge almost. Yeah. And a lot of people don't do that because they don't want to what? Throw out their lower back.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you think anytime you start bending over like that, you think, well, and you probably are using your back if you don't know how to hinge your hips, how to slide your hips.
And stay in good posture when you're hinging. You know, a lot of people, when they hinge, they're completely collapsed. Their shoulders are forward. Their chest is in, right? They have no core control at all. Instead of rolling those shoulders back, keeping the navel tight, chest up, hinging at the hips. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, you should be able to do that. And that, just like with everything else, I mean, it takes practice. It takes practice. And this is another one where I absolutely recommend doing it in front of a mirror. Mm-hmm. And just whether it's you're standing, you know, let's say like 6 inches away from a wall with your back toward a wall, or it can be a chair or whatever, so you can position yourself in front of a mirror. And then think about trying to touch, let's say it's the wall, trying to touch the wall with your butt, keeping your legs, when we say soft knee, just barely bent, essentially straight, but not locked out. Mm-hmm. And then try to keep your chest as tall as you can so your back's flat and touch your butt to the wall.
Yeah, shoulders rolled back. The other thing that I just triggered a memory, if you're a Gen Xer, remember potato pickers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Potato pickers. They are. Yep. I mean, maybe a wider stance. Potato pickers had a wider stance. Yeah. And we used to go 1, 2, 3. Yeah. That's do some potato pickers.
Yeah, for those of you who know what that is. Yeah. But yeah, that's a great one.
It is a great one. The other way you can do that is with a cat-cow, right? Working on, if you have a hard time with your back, cat-cows. I feel like cat-cows are one of the best exercises on the planet. I do. Like, because I feel like you just get better at them, right? So go on your little Googler, people. Everyone has all the information on the planet on their phone. So just Google what a cat-cow is.
Or you could look at our YouTube channel.
Do we have a cat-cow on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go. And
we have a farmer carry on there too, I think.
Oh, nice. Okay, little plug. There you go. Go check it out. All right, so what's next?
All right, where are we at? Oh,
number 8.
Yeah, hanging from a bar.
I love these.
We're talking about dead hangs. And it's just like what it sounds like. Grab onto a bar and lift your feet up off the ground.
Yeah, this is, I'm telling you, every single one of my clients just got irritated because no one likes to dead hang, and I make all of them do it. They do 2 rounds of 1 minute, and it's been fascinating to see the progression. I know for one client, he started out only being able to dead hang for 14 seconds. I just talked to him about this last night. 14 seconds, and he had to wear gloves because it hurt his hands so much. We've been doing dead hangs for about, 5-6 months.
Probably, yeah.
He now can do 2 full minutes, no resting, and have some retraction in there, working on that pull-up. No problem. No gloves, no nothing. So
it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. And I love seeing that. And I love reminding my clients, I document everything. It's like, hey, let's look back here. Hey, buddy, a couple months ago, you were at 14 seconds dying.
Yeah.
With gloves on, not even sure if you could finish out the minute.
Yeah.
Right? And now look at where you're at. Like, bravo. So anyway, go ahead.
So
sir.
we're looking at around 30 seconds. If you can hang for 30 seconds, that's a good baseline.
Yeah.
But I mean, Jonna kind of already mentioned it. We shoot for a minute.
Yeah. And
with
it's
everybody.
hard.
It's
I mean, I
incredibly
do it
hard.
too, you guys, and I look forward to it 0 times. Like I have to, and I've been working on my pull-ups forever, and I just feel like unless I work on it every single solitary day, I move backwards with it, but I've been working on dead hangs and assisted pull-ups and just working on retraction for a really long time. And it's hard, but necessary for health and wellness and tough crap. At the end of the day, like, do hard things.
Yeah.
You just have to.
I'm so happy you said that because that's exactly what I was thinking. This probably, as much as anything else we ever talk about, is mental. You just have to push yourself.
Yeah.
You're not going to injure yourself hanging on a bar for 2 more seconds.
No.
It's not like, I need to put 10 more pounds on or something where you can injure yourself, and it's dangerous to do that potentially. This is all mental.
Yep. When
you get to that point of, I want to let go, hang on for 1 more second. And then 1 more second, and then 1 more second. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much. You have to convince yourself that you can frickin' do it.
Yep.
That's all it is.
For all of these, honestly.
Really, yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's next, sir?
All right.
Hey, friends. If you're getting something out of this, connect with us on our social media platforms. We're at CJElevatedLife_ on Instagram and TikTok, and CJ Elevated Life on Facebook and X. We're answering DMs, sharing daily content, and building community with people ready for real transformation. For now, hit subscribe wherever you're listening, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. We drop 2 new episodes every week. And if this episode resonates, share it. That's how we reach more people who are ready for change. You can also find everything at cjelevatedlife.com. All right, let's keep going.
Get your heart rate up and recover quickly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the walking thing.
Yeah.
But it's just important to be able to do, this is probably, this is a very real world one, because we're talking about, going up a flight of stairs or a couple flights of stairs or, just really anything where you're moving around in normal day-to-day life where you kind of have a burst of,
sprints would be good. This is good.
Yeah. But maybe it's even just like, you want to walk quickly across the street and then recover or, simple little things like that. But the key is getting an elevated heart rate and then being able to recover. So, you don't walk up a flight of stairs and it takes you 20 minutes to catch your breath.
Yes. So I'm going to say this because this is why clients, those of you that are listening, this is why like every 6 training, we do circuits because I'm seeing how you can recover, how long you have to rest before we start that next exercise. So if you are one of my clients, you're golden on this one. You are absolutely golden. That's so exciting to be able to say that. It makes me so happy for them.
No kidding.
Yeah. All right. So how, people can do stairs. What are some other things that people could do? Walk quickly. What? Do you have some ideas?
Anything.
Jump rope. Try to jump rope.
Yeah.
Try to hula hoop.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That would be good. Wall sit.
You can even, I think this is anything that you're doing in moving.
Dancing.
If you're even, I'm even thinking stuff that isn't usually like fast moving.
Sure.
So like gardening or I'm,
How do you garden fast?
You just move faster.
Okay.
Instead of just plodding along, grabbing a weed.
I'm going to try circuit gardening this weekend.
Do it for 2 minutes. Go as fast as you can move.
Yeah, that's
And-
like real-time potato pickers,
Yeah,
actually.
for real. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, if you're changing the sprinklers,
Yeah.
move fast in between them, depending on, you know, whatever your sprinkler situation is. Let's say, because I have to clear all of our sprinklers off the yard before I cut the grass. Instead of just meandering from sprinkler to sprinkler,
Yeah.
and I'm not even advocating for sprinting necessarily, but
Sure.
move as fast as your body allows you to move in that whatever that's going to take a minute.
Totally. You have to do it anyway. It's like
Yeah.
when I go toss the compost out to the chickens, I could skip.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
Good
absolutely.
ideas.
So
Good job.
anything like that.
All right. Let's move on. Clint, what's number 10?
Really the most important thing. And the reason we do anything with mobility and fitness really for anybody, this is not just 50 plus, but really starts to be a consideration when you're, you know, when you're getting 50 plus. It's moving without fear.
Yeah.
Just being able to live,
Yeah.
not just existing, but live.
I mean, how many times do we hear in the gym, and I even have issues with this as well, I don't want to fall.
Mm-hmm.
You do not recover like you do when you're 30 or whatever when you fall.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and it just becomes, I've seen it. People have like this insane fear of falling.
Mm-hmm.
So if you feed on that fear, it's going to happen at some time. You're going to fall because you're so fixated on falling. So the goal is a mindset shift to not live in that fear. These exercises that we have given you can build your confidence so that you don't have to live in that fear.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
I mean, and it takes zero equipment, takes a little bit of time, but very little, because most of these you can incorporate, like I said, when you're going out to feed the chickens, walking out to get your mail, when you're waiting for your eggs in the morning to cook,
Mm-hmm.
when you're going to the bathroom, you could do body weight squats. You really can just incorporate all of these things into your everyday life. Now, the push-ups are probably something that you're going to actually
You just have to do them.
Yep. And they're not fun.
But guess what? It's important.
Super important. And while you're down there doing your push-ups, you can work on getting up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a thing.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I hope that this was helpful. And you guys remember, it's not about perfection.
Mhm.
It's about just starting. Because the last thing you want to do is poo-poo this away. Okay, I'm 50 or I'm 40 and I can't even do this. What's going to happen in another decade?
Right.
Like, seriously, that is, to me, that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to live my life to the fullest. And I know that our listeners probably want to do the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is baseline. Just start with these things. Do you want to list them off again, Clint?
Yeah, sure. Real quick. Let's go through them. Push-ups. Do you want the numbers and stuff too?
Sure.
Or just
Yeah.
push-ups, men 15 to 25, women 10 to 20. Get up and down off the floor. And I guess, sorry to just like be pausing a little bit, because we didn't talk about this much with the we talked about getting up off the floor, getting down
Right.
onto the floor without your hands
Yeah.
as well.
Up and down.
That's equally as important. So
Yep.
yeah, we're talking about getting down and up
Yeah.
from the floor without using your hands, carrying heavy things. Again, we're looking to about 40 plus pounds with
With
each
a farmer
hand
carry.
with the farmer carry, balancing on one leg for 10 plus, but really look for
I'm going to
30,
say 30.
30
10.
seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not into 10.
Squatting to parallel slowly
Yeah.
with a little bit of a pause at the bottom.
Yeah.
Walking several miles without exhaustion. And again, that doesn't mean you won't, you can be breathing.
Right. Yeah.
But without like, oh, I can't move the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Hinging at your hips properly, keeping
Yeah.
good posture, and being able to pick things up off the ground when you're doing that. Hanging from a bar for 30 seconds plus. Getting your heart rate up and recovering quickly, like going up and down stairs and that kind of thing. And really just all that culminating into moving without fear.
Yeah. So test yourself this week. Everybody, I want you to take time and test yourself. Write it down and then work towards a goal, whatever that is for you. Because if you just continue to not do anything, it's going to get worse. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give yourself grace
Yeah.
with where you are right
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
But don't let it be an excuse.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
okay, here's where we are. Now we're not going to be there tomorrow.
Yep.
Tomorrow's going to be a little bit better.
Yep, absolutely.
But I'm not going to beat myself up over yesterday.
No, because there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope this was helpful. Hey, you guys, I just want to say that with our big move to Kauai, I am transitioning all of my training to online. So if you are looking for a trainer who can help guide you through all of these things that we just listed, please reach out via email or messenger. Clint, do you want to give our email address? Because I don't know it.
Yeah, it's hello@cjelevatedlife.com.
Very good. Or you can reach out on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and just send a quick message.
Or you can leave a comment on this wherever you're listening
Yes,
to this.
you can do that too.
Yeah, there's so many ways to get a hold of us.
Absolutely. So if you're looking for a trainer, some guidance, please reach out. Thank you so much for listening. Have a fantastic day.
And we'll talk to you soon.